All right, so this video is just gonna be for the people that are growing, the people that are trying to do the best. You're trying to improve, you're trying to grow as fast as you can, and sometimes it can feel a little lonely. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this because I'm sure that a lot of you guys are gonna go through this feeling because it's a little bit tough if you're trying to be exceptional. Exceptional is being something that a lot of people are not, but it's not in a bad way though. It's not saying that anybody else is anything less. Here's the thing, because a lot of the times when you are a grower, you're learning a lot of things, you're improving, you're doing a lot of stuff out there in the world, and you are just doing it at a rapid pace. A lot of times when you talk to other people, you want to go up in there and you want to share this stuff. You want to have back and forth. You want to be like, okay, this is what we're doing. We can help each other with this. Boom, boom, boom. You're talking real fast. You're doing all this stuff. But sometimes people are at different levels. Sometimes people aren't always going to be able to meet you there. And for myself, that took a little bit of understanding at first because I wanted to be able to be like, hey, look, I'm learning this stuff. It's changing my life. Let's go back and forth with this. You know, you'll talk to your family, you'll talk to your friends or anything like that, your significant other. But sometimes they're just not going to be in that point where they're ready to accept that or they want that at all. And it was a little frustrating at first because like I have this thing that could literally change your life. Like, what's going on? Like, why don't you want this? Why don't you want to implement this? Why don't you want to try this? Why aren't you like interested in this? Because for me, for one, I've always understood. I've read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I understand that people need to be listened to. People want to talk and do that. But it's crazy and it becomes a little bit harder when you have something that you think can change their life for the better completely. And I'm sure if you are a grower, if you're learning things, you've been through that season where you're like, damn, I'm learning all this stuff. This is amazing. I want to share this with people. But the thing that really switched it, that helped me release that, was something that I heard from this girl. She was kind of like she was a conversationalist coach or something like that. I was just listening to her podcast. And she said that you have to meet people where they are. You can't go into it just expecting like, okay, I know what they're going to need. Let me just give it to them. So not a lot of people are going to always want advice. Not a lot of people are going to want to be listened to. Sometimes people are going to want to talk, or sometimes people aren't going to want to talk at all, and they're going to need you to talk. But you have to meet people where they are currently. You have to kind of find out, feel out what they need in that moment. Maybe they just need somebody to listen to. Maybe they just need somebody to be able to go back and forth. They want somebody to vibe with. Maybe they just want, and maybe they actually do want advice. But you got to meet them where they are first, and then trust that through that, y'all are going to build trust, and you'll probably be able to share your stuff along the way because of that. And that was like, oh my gosh, it was just a release. Because it was like, okay, I'm going to stop. Like, hey, I don't even got to share my stuff, man. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with not having to share that at all. But I realized that once I started just completely letting that go, letting the idea of like the kind of trying to hold on to the idea that it's like, okay, I really just got to find a way that I can give it to you. But no, it's just like, you got to go out there. And I was like kind of just allowing myself to focus on their needs completely first. And a lot of the times it would end up coming up where I would be able to share something along the line because you get people to talk about themselves. You get people to talk about what they're actually dealing with. And it was so damn amazing. But not only that, here's the other thing. So firstly, yeah, like how can you do that? How can you just completely let go of these things that you need? And how can you focus on the other person's needs in those conversations? Secondly, it's not just the fact that you're never going to get to have those talks with people. Because there's this dude I listened to, his name's Andy Frisella. He's a big time entrepreneur. And what he said was, along the path of becoming something successful, becoming great and doing something, going all out, you're going to lose friends. You're going to lose friends. Some people won't agree with you. Some people are going to get envious of you. Some people just aren't going to accept you. And because of that, you might not always have people to talk about with the stuff that you're doing. Because he said that along the path, a lot of people just kind of got like remorseful about what he was doing. Like they were just envious of him growing and becoming, you know, doing this path. They're like, oh, are you sure you want to do that? Blah, blah, blah. And they didn't always want to like be there to have these conversations with him. But he said along the path, as you start to level up, you're going to find friend groups. You're going to find people that are ready and in the same path that you are, on the same journey that you are, ready to have offensive conversations. That was the key word there. Offensive conversations. What he meant by that is there's going to be conversations where you're like, hey man, like I'm learning this stuff. Like this is the stuff I'm learning. What do you think about this? And then he's like, oh yeah, actually I'm learning this stuff too. I think this can help you here. Oh really? You think that can help me here? I actually have this too that I think can help you. And you're going back and forth. Like that's the best thing ever, man. just thinking about that, like being able to have those type of conversations with people where you're growing, you're wanting to grow, because those people are going to be receptive to it because they're on the same path that you are. And just realizing that I was able to like, okay, I don't got to worry about it right now. I'm not going to worry about it right now because I know I'm going to meet those people in the future. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably going to be those people that are going to be doing that with me, man. I love talking with y'all. Like I could have some offensive conversations. We could talk about stuff. And I'm going to get to know more and more of y'all. But just being able to let that go, being able to let the fact like, okay, I don't need to share this stuff anymore. Like I don't need, like, I'm just going to completely focus on other people. It just allows you to release everything and to be able to focus completely on them, man. Just to focus completely and release this thing that might be causing you kind of like a burden while you're trying to grow. And it just allows you to be like, okay, just go ahead and go and do your best that you can right now. Go ahead and do everything that you can. And, you know, if it comes up, it comes up. You get to share your stuff. But this is just something that has really changed the way that I see this. And I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited because now you go into a conversation with anybody, you're just thinking about them. You're just asking them questions about themselves. And you're not worrying so much about the fact that you might have something that could change their life and that you might not be able to give it to them. But there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just, I think it's just how it goes, man. People are going to be, there's some people that are going to be on our path that we're going on, that we're trying to grow, we're trying to do stuff, we're trying to get better and better. And, you know, we can share it with each other because we're open and we're receptive to that. But, you know, you got to wait for people to be accepting of that. You got to wait for people to be ready for that. I know you are, though. I know you are. That's why you're watching this freaking video. Let's freaking go, man. I love y'all. I hope you're having an amazing day. If you are this type of person, leave a comment down below. Let's talk about something. I love you guys so much. Hope you're having an amazing week, too. Love you. Peace.